God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called
the verbal hologram. The verbal hologram. The verbal hologram.
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
I'm setting the example. And what I've done is going to be puzzled over and studied and followed forever.
Prepare for the verbal war, the hologram advanced physical form, manifest the universal mind into the law. Traveling lands, I stand on sands of chemical vibrations. The math, kings of light departed in wrath. So where you gonna stand when the Elohim return? 7 great sages throughout the ages say you burn. It's my turn to shine. I redefine the crystalline biological structures implanted in your mind. So I find the deaf, dumb, and blind, and bless them with science and leave the blind ones behind. Descending into this ball of mass in the form of rain. The verbal hologram brings pain. So rearrange disagreeable ways that brought you to darkness. Take hold and rip out your soul from your carcass and rise away like a sham. The verbal hologram is the verbal avalanche. One last chance to replan and overstand before the hologram sent your camp to Holy Land. So ask your man when he returned where I sent him. The plan was to kill God and reinvent him, practicing black magical tactics like voodoo, attacking like the 7 deadly warships of the Buru.
Giving sight to the blind, the dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Intrigued by the drum. Giving sight to the blind, the dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Intrigued by the drum. Giving sight to the blind, the dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Intrigued by the drum.
I bring forth the mighty you, the Manu, the powerful Zapadra, the darkening behind you, the biblical Omega Man, the Ashtar command. I came to bring mortals the Barath to be glad. So here I stand on the 4 corners of Stonehenge, traveling through portals, the thunderbolt of battles, the Lord of the immortals, the seal of the 7, the rising of the demon, the lost books of the Bible and forgotten books of Eden. The heathens will burn like Berosus, handed the holy tablets like Moses. The blackening of roses will send you to the edges of the land. The emerald tablets of Thoth the Atlantean, the hands of the mighty Lion of Judah will throw you through the triangular portals of Bermuda, exploring the hologramic aspects of consciousness for aliens to devour. Orthodox first relativistic equations for power. The shower of acid rain brings pain to the land. You cannot kill what you cannot see. The verbal hologram.
Don't ask me to pity those people. I don't mourn them any more than I do the thousands that died at Sodom and Gomorrah.
Giving sight to the blind, the dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Intrigued by the drum. Giving sight to the blind, the dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Intrigued by the drum. Giving sight to the blind, the dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Intrigued by the drum. Giving sight to the blind, the dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Intrigued by the drum. Giving sight to the blind, the dumb are mostly intrigued by the drum. Intrigued by the drum. Intrigued by the drum.
I'm on a killing spree, like Cantonese, torturing, painting a picture with a paintbrush and watercolor of GDs. Holding your tea, vitality, it's all you need. If you're a different being, it will be a different color. When you bleed, accurately punctured from needles in your nervous system, like the semen, not water, soluble, because the attributes of yin yang is dual. When I cut you simultaneously, like Wang, killing you too quickly. If I were to bang weightlessly, I hang you in aqua, sending electric shocks to open up all your chakras. And when I do the offset chant, it will biochemically plant water beads on your brain, while putting salt water on open wounds that have you in pain.
Suffer Chinese water torture. My word is water. For a score. The verbal hologram is verbal war. Chinese water torture onto your molecular structure. Ancient scholars wondering where they've seen us. Babylon's hanging gardens in the temple of Artemis. The hologram crushing you to grains of sand. Lawnmower man. Computer-generated battles of the unseen hand. Internal bleeding. I plant my ceiling with deadly arrows. Fly like sparrows and get destroyed by the army of the pharaohs. Cyborg, the mind morphs to the womb. In line, movie to see, travel news a million. The ancient palace, the ancient palace. Mystical like Aurora Borealis. The palace of pain. Yahweh came down upon it in flame. Half Abel, half Cain. It's slain with a verbal flame. Bring forth the signs of Anunnaki Elohim. Image of the 24, the supreme. And ripping out your spleen. Distributing gangrene throughout your team. Lord of the Rings brings deadly hologramic dreams.
In my basement's an arrangement of different torture devices.
Suffer Chinese water torture. My word is water.
In my basement's an arrangement of different torture devices.
Suffer Chinese water torture. My word is water.
You hear the pounding in your head when I hit the disc gong. The vibrations will start circulation along the body's meridians and everything that has pores. Even obsidian will secrete moisture, and as part of your torture, I'll anoint ya with libations pouring, cleansing with your cleanse, and you'll feel as if you were diving in the ocean and caught the bends. The elements of the seas can cure all disease. Now tell me if you're unpleased. I'll treat you like a dog and never wash off your fleas. Have you waiting till I fill your bowels with a fistful full of frenzy and hungry sea monkeys suffering from internal mange. You have to consort to the E-King for change.
Look in the mirror and soul to find
The press use only. Baby Grand Records.
Like in this Cosby hologram, eliminating the Earth's population. Matrix field basis of organic manipulation. Icon, well in the forest like the Ewoks. We rocks, but following the prophetic books of Enoch. And the treetops hang over your cipher like a ninja. Within the perimeters of the disagreeable sinners.
In my basement's an arrangement of different torture devices.
Suffer Chinese water torture. My word is water.
In my basement's an arrangement of different torture devices.
Suffer Chinese water torture. My word is water.
Gently drip single droplets of water upon his forehead until he spoke.
To the dragon with 3 immortal surgeons, Ark of the Covenant and the holiest excursions. The search for the knowledge and the wisdom of the sands. The hologram sends you to the abode of the damned, immortal like vampires, setting fires in the caverns of the unholy. Hold the ancients, a hope of Abraham. Send you to the sacred land to change form, performing rituals that leave you scorned. Crown of thorns adorns the unborn in which you spawn. There is no shelter from the storm of Babylon's lost children. I lead millions to the promised land, the holy lamb, the planetary hologram, blowing your chakras to oblivion. Digital man, biblical man like Simeon, vanishing breed, the holy throne. Presidents of the United States are now clones. The zones of the virus, the eye of Cyrus, the last waltz of the tyrants. The harvesting begins now. Infinite information like Wu Chai Tao. But how will you withstand the power of the helix? The crucifixion of the phoenix. The black thesis will burn you, give to you the darkest of afflictions. Mortal MCs face the verbal crucifixion.
Grand planet is Kakashinama. Most high, called Aliyaba. Astronomer, roam the universe like Romulus. Indigenous, with the consciousness of Sirius. I am a 7th density light being. Trans-manifest personally. In divine nation, Atlantis rising. 3-dimension radiation is extremely full difficulty to cope with the body externally. In the center of the galaxy, alchemy. Spirit, soul, my commitment. so that's sufficient. Receive 9 dimensions of cosmic expansion. Exquisitely Philadelphian church chosen city. An instance through vortexes, Pleiadian sequence equinoxes at the 0 point to Logan, keeping time flying, sitting on competent meditating. 3 immortals through portals.
I am in fact lacking confusion as to what's real and what's illusion.
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
The plot thickens through psychological crucifixions. I born red seas and travel lands guiding Christians. My writings escape the earth in certain crisis. I create raps for Christ and 12 righteous tribes. Educate with positive vibes. Devastate your dimension and nobody survives. Out of smoke we rise, illuminating eyes and wise. Teaching lost fools that Yeshua never dies. I cry, try to cut off my air supply. I'ma transport to space, let the mothership fly. Adonai 7 signs, let the dolphin be the Baptist. The self-contained underwater breathing apparatus in Atlantis. Digital image screen enhances photographs of alien ships upon your planets. Emerge from volcanoes, dreadlocks and halos. Presto, change-o, I morph through tornadoes and tear up your major metropolis. You fish tank guppies couldn't fuck with the octopus.
I am in fact lacking confusion as to what's real and what's illusion. I am in fact lacking confusion as to what's real and what's illusion.
Complexities bring entities when hardcore be the factor. Physically shattered by the cosm and metacosm distractor. Fractured by my supernatural forces. Face losses as I break backs like Superman on horses. Word to jaw, ancient warrior like Thor. Spiritual like the ibis god Thor. Complex construction by the technician will dismantle your collective mind. Enemy of mankind with Egyptian archaeological finds dwelling in the dungeon of time. Manumaniku, beat seeker, swarming like locusts in the speaker. Examining communication systems with cybernetics. Keep notes of my flows, organ flows or cryogenics. East Coast domination for the DUB massive. Gathering at black masses to gain knowledge of the clashes of past rhythmic masses. When I'm ending, never ending like the sky. 1.21 gigawatts to defeat me like Marty McFly. So why would you battle the recipe? Got rappers sweating harder than some retards on Jeopardy. One time for your mind, no doubt, DUB in the house, motherfuckers. East Coast like that for your mind, killer Delph. One time for your mind, killer Delph, son. Killer Delph, son.
I am the beginning and ending of what is war, and I am the beginning and ending of what is raw. I am the beginning and ending of what is war, and I am the beginning and ending of what is raw.
My brainstorm for swarm into your section. Scientific lessons in my possession unfold within my session. Injections investing inside your mind, causing tension. Blessing mentals is my obsession. Intentions to make you change professions. Wisdom in prison dejects, leaving you vexed. My cerebral vortex rips and wrecks when I infest. Bless. Reading scriptures that's evil. There's no equal to my cerebral. That nigga 4OK remain imperial. Unbelievable lyricism will leave incisions. Cause pain like circumcision as you recognize
The realism.
the G.O.D. verbally damage MCs tragically. Come and battle me, bear witness to insanity. My corrupted mentality, plan to slaughter your family automatically. I bless the microphone with strategies. Your alliance is left in silence, victim of verbal violence. Deadly vocabulary, the gore be drop of science, no doubt.
I am the beginning and ending of what is war, and I am the beginning and ending of what is raw. I am the beginning and ending of what is war, and I am the beginning and ending of what is raw.
For press use only,
I am the
Baby Grand
beginning and
Records.
ending of what is war, and I am the beginning and ending of what is raw. I am the beginning and ending of what is war, and I am the beginning and ending of what
Amongst
is
the
raw.
illest individuals, I bless the mentals of criminals with materials formulated to penetrate cerebrals. I'm lethal, imperial type scriptures infiltrate then split ya, simulating your nugget when I hit
Emerging
ya.
from the mist of not an individual at four. Hardcore concepts causing everything to be raw. A8048D causes misery.
that be abominable. Even like 3 times hexagonal. Test my squadron and watch a macrocosm turn to particles. Non-particles are non-particles, like the nucleus of an atom. The corpuscles which carry the oxygen from the lungs gather patterns. Energy from the soul, black soul, like spirit of Kunti Joe.
Philadelphia, killer Delph, no doubt. Philadelphia, killer Delph, one time. Philadelphia, killer Delph, no doubt.
I am the beginning and ending of what is war, and I am the beginning and ending of what is raw. I am the beginning and ending of what is war, and I am the beginning and ending of what is raw. I am the beginning and ending of what is war, and I am the beginning and ending of what is raw. I am the beginning and ending of what is war, and I am the beginning and ending of what is raw.
Told them of the Hale-Bopp comet 7 years ago. It is running. If you will notice on our sensors, we have picked up a ship beneath it of great dimensions. All we want to turn it is 2 degrees so that we shall not die so soon.
Over the earth I hover, spinning whirlwinds and wheat fields, while my force fields repel 4 winds from broken seals. Numbered 7, embedding my brethren, breaking bread with Yeshua in Bethlehem. The last 5 was lost, so the alien sent the lamb. The devil bears the pentagram, a horrible hologram. Our body slam man with a head of grams, let it be damned. Make the connection to the son of Sam and Uncle Sam. So Sam I am, keep your fucking eggs in ham. Performing alien brain scans and spiritual exams where the mothership lands on holy land. My mental expands with plans to span through the galaxy. I land in farmers' crops, spelling out the name apathy. Speaking my name is blasphemy, so call me your majesty. Majestic phonetics begin affecting reality. Religiously, I mystically chant and recite on mics at astronomical heights, guided by the northern lights. Poltergeist masquerade as Christ, enticed like Heidi Fleiss, trying to put the righteous on ice. You're a holographic device and simply see-through, robotic like R2-D2. I'm original like Hebrews, and 144,000 people. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Folding gargoyles like tinfoil to sit upon your steep.
Will space probes of the next century discover extraterrestrial analogs? Will space probes of the next century discover extraterrestrial analogs? Will space probes of the next century discover extraterrestrial analogs? Will space probes of the next century discover extraterrestrial analogs?
Biophysical biosphere, which doctor unlocked the cobra spitting venom I adhere. I stand here with the hearts of the weak. I bring pain, camel clutch, iron cheek. Order of the golden dawn. I have warned of biochemical implants in heads of the unborn. Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David. Fight Tibetan rights of rejuvenation are sacred. Master your high or die under the staff, or get burned like Betty Shabazz and I will laugh. Demons at dimensional doorways come through this, but I will have you hanging from a tree like you was Judas. Violent Buddhists, the hierarch Decaton. Revelations of the Metatron. I form Voltron with elements of Tai Chi, doing battle with 7 heads and 10 horns is me, the hologram. Travel off through space portals. My soul cannot be imprisoned or trapped by mere mortals. Torture them with the pain of scorpion stings. Spitting lightning, Lord of the Rings I brings. Diagrams of hallways and pyramids of the pharaohs. Dry green mantis warrior holding arrows. Contorting, polymorphing and aborting the souls of the MCs who I've made ghosts to do my haunting.
Will space probes of the next century discover extraterrestrial analogs?
For press use only. Baby Grand Records.
Will space probes of the next century discover extraterrestrial analogs? Will space probes of the next century discover extraterrestrial analogs?
Scientifical madness, eliminating masses with mathematical tactics, strategic, electronical weaponry, fucking up your anatomy, insanity, inviting me, atomically forming the fraudulent MC, and slaughter he with battle strategy, confusion weaponry, cause fatality, intergalactic tactics shine like metallics with mathematics. I leave your whole clique splattered, Pharaoh the savage, causing comatose, transporting dope shit through sleep-wake hypnosis. Try to approach this, I stalk prey like vultures and feast on the carcass of any lyrical artist. I'm sick with this scientific madness. Pharaoh the 7th sign causing world disaster. Cerebral master, iron killer gorilla. Verbal flames are spitting through your chest like the killer. Constructing the art of war like Sun Tzu. Death becomes you as I run through MCs like battering rams. You understand? Son Pharaoh and the motherfucking hologram.
discover extraterrestrial analogs? Will space probes of the next century discover extraterrestrial analogs? Will space probes of the next century discover extraterrestrial analogs?
Philadelphia, right words of power. Him who was holy, who holds the key that opens, no one can seal it. Saints and initiates, sound of 7 trumpets. Those synagogues of Satan will fall down at my feet, knowing I've awakened. I'm coming soon for them. Elohim's a New Jerusalem, pulling millennium criticisms on Christians. Truth shall be revealed by the 7 cathedral seal. As above, so below, behold David's shield. Eli, Eli, Lama, Sabachthani. Those who defame me shall keep open my wounds. No liars allowed in the school of more wound.
7 plagues of the 7 angels. 7 MCs get strangled by the 7 holiest triangles. I have mangled plexiglass beings that see through. Sons of evil like Robbie Knievel. I believe you are the lamb prepared for the verbal slaughter. Save your breath like you was underwater. I am torture like the fear of internationalism. Nazi eugenics and economic rationalism. I am the being born unto the scourge, and I am the being bringing holy wars. Orators from the womb of El Jung. Glory be to the sustainer El Kaloum. Gabriel fell from the steps of the heavens, extraditing evil-rooted angels in the 7s.
As it was in the beginning, so it shall be in the end. As it was in the beginning, so it shall be in the end.
Black, Tibetan, Abyssinians, that begins the exfoliation of the Phoenician pharaohs through the tombs of the Shangri-La, of Philadelphia, Shambhala, into the paradigm of Rasulullah, Assyrians, celestial Hebrews, pillars of the Assyrians, hieroglyphians. I am the silhouette of Riskians, convention, the hills are shrine of 215, the old sons of limitless light, motorbikes that reveal from the 7 heavenly hills, the book of Els, Angel, the apocalyptical tabernacle, sacred, Sacerdote, the prophetical chapels, the synagogue of El Kaloum, the ghost Gnostic monastery, sanctuary cathedral, from the kingdom of Melchizedek, we the mystic, regime of the Anunnaki Elohim. You were originated from where the blackness of light was formulated. My synopsis is to give homage and all praises and salutations to the mercifulness, glory of the sons of mankind.
As it was in the beginning, so it shall be in the
They
end.
sink like the Titan into the cold dark waters of the ocean. My thought mode shift Atlantis in emotion, elevated to rise beyond the shores. Revelators for episodes to the future. Energy seeking intruder, infiltrate the perimeter. Lock it in my initiation chamber. Prove to the god snakes not a stranger. Withhold all spiritual anger.
As it was in the beginning, so it shall be in the end. As it was in the beginning, so it shall be in the end.
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
Of film that's been taken above Mexico City and various other. If you think that you're alone in this universe, or the guardians of this universe, you are rudely mistaken.
Took a physical odyssey through the forest of Shabazz with the shamans of the Cherokees. Arrived in Nevada, 10 miles away from NASA. Met the farmer, in which he revealed to me the old high-end crop circles that linked all the star constellations to the 19th galaxy. The metaphysicist that walked the Roswell, New Mexican deserts of Death Valley, or EB, extraterrestrial biological entity, discovering extraordinary memories scattered across ranch lands. Suddenly seeing illumination from the 7 heavens, suck up the sand. Of area 51 and 57, separate the school killer and reveal the reptilian. I seen the CIA's transform into the species of rage. The savage 7 of the 7 levels of the majestic 12. Melchizedek travel out, travel the twilight zone with Einstein and Nikola Tesla. Walk through of Iblis as the flying disc of Ezekiel. The Pope stands upon the podium, becomes a Z-type articulate, and behold the arrival of
beware the prophecies of the tarots, alien spacecraft flying away like sparrows. Study the lost prophetic books of the Bible, parasites for the body energy, spiritual survival. Flying this scene in Ezekiel 1:3, granting the Kingo a tablet of destinies. Shem Yasi spoke the word of the Bavarian Illuminati. I bring forth harmonics of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Anunnaki planted the seed where I dwell. Ether vortex turbines pulling me to hell. Awareness upon my savannah is omnidimensional. Great species has a common memory complex that is social. Liquid crystal colloidal membranes responding to the spectrum of the universal intelligence matrix. The basis is that extraterrestrials created Christ and have a device that recorded all of Earth's history and can display it in the form of a hologram precise. Construction of synthetic humanoids is among us. You are banned to the land of Nod to face the deafening thunders and the spiritual wonders, because the harvest now is coming. Beware the worldwide ancient tunnel system the government is running. Hectic, verbal slaughterer of the Judeo-Christian ethic.
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
The coming of time to this wicked land, and the world is turned on its last spin. The coming of time to this wicked land.
Fled with the five, bled through the European, would it be? It seems Stone Edge connect and bring upon the Anunnaki. The highest Kabbalist mystic chants Ben Elohim, and looks to the sky for prophecy. Was abducted in Nebraska and taken back to the laboratory. The experiment performed before me. The earthly alien autopsy, psycho-social, biological, and electro-magnetic manipulation of human consciousness. The broken walks about the abyss.
The verbal hologram, royal killer like Shaw gods. Speak Babylonian and Hebrew Genesis like the star gods. Blessed by the Biabians like the French theologians. Antichrist is coming in the form of a powerful Roman. Development of AIDS was funded in 1969 for the 7. Injected into 100 million Africans in 77. Cuneiform inscriptions in Western Asia of the Nabu. Dwell in hell, celestial bodies 12 like Kakabu. But I can rob you of your spirit soul like Xenu. Elders in prison, negative paraphysical beings we knew. Function outside the time track like Sasani. I chose to be enclosed in our fold souls like origami. Comprehend the theory of reflection like Paramatma. In the epic Sanskrit history of the world like Mahabharata. Praise to his divine grace, A.C. Bhagavatam Swami Prabhupada.
The coming of time to this wicked land, and the world is turned on its last spin. The coming of time to this wicked land.
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
Gods and men, I condemn them who believe in ancient fallacies and the heresy of thieves. Burn the unholy in your filthy religion, paganism and the prism of three-dimensional prison. I walk through the liquid of the 7 rivers and deliver rhyme schemes that cut like verbal scissors or arrows. The sacred science of the pharaohs, millennial prophecies of tarots, murdered cattle discovered near the crop circles of the land. While we fight wars for political whores like Mary Magdalene, the hologram plants his incision. Apparition of Tibetan black magicians. My composition will turn men into slaves. Holographic aspects of particles and waves propel the spacecraft in the Pleiades. Dwell in the abyssal plains like the hordes of Hades. The wheel of infinity, the chamber of the Trinity. Levitate is a 5th level magician of divinity. Like a pentadrone, I set your dome into the forest of Iblis. Like the wilderness of Pan, the verbal hologram, the verbal hologram.
My perception of poetical injection is ejaculation, the immaculate conception. My perception of poetical injection is ejaculation, the immaculate conception. My perception of poetical injection is ejaculation, the immaculate conception. My perception of poetical injection is ejaculation, the immaculate conception.
the decaton, the hierarch Modron. Encompass my soul in a beam like proton. I am Voltron, with helmeted head and lotus flower. Incantations, wind walking teleportation. I who dwell in the body that can't be slain. The verbal flame, the atomic spark of pain. So I drain the energy from your chakra system. Watch me glisten like the sun, the chosen one, the cyborg relation. My shit is crazy like Freemasons meeting at Camp Crystal Lake with Jason. Complex wind, city of screaming metal. In the Vatican, I shatter him who walks on the plains of hell. The sacrifice El Yon, a dark fall for all who battle the mystic meditation. Face decapitation and material contamination by the spiritual deviation. Translation of ancient civilization. Nonaton, overseer of law and order. The verbal slaughter, hologram walks in water. Immune to illusion and scientifical blows. Armed with black magic, spears and crossbows. Feeble attempts to apprehend the hologram. Overstand, I kill man like Rodan. So no man step into the darkness of the set. Study with Chinese masters like Jesus in Tibet. Staff of Moses, urn of ashes. Morphing my soul into solids, liquids and gases. Gases.
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
Waste and taste the orgasmic juice of a goddess with the lips spread on my face as I speed through space, touching a damaged piece of a satellite resembling wreckage and remnants of a 2010 cylinder-shaped entity. Centuries from the time of man designed a planet on a time span of seconds to an immortal, transporting mortals through portals to an Egyptian land, to then erect complex architect structures and pyramids, melted hardened rock with acidic chemical blood samples from reptilian females, period. I travel like the Iliad, but my ship sails amongst cosmic whales and intergalactic pirates, telling tales of trails left by the gods through the center of the sun when you pass the spot. Jesus Christ was really an ancient astronaut. I attacked mastodons when I crashed upon Earth in the Ice Age, and twice slayed men caves with assistance of sound waves and psychokinetics. You can't escape the wrath of apathetic. The time has come for man to die, and I project prophetic phonetics, fugitive prosthetic limbs for Harry Kimball are rejected. Exoskeleton extensions of cybernetic inventions, moving swiftly like a thundercat. My hunger tracks rats in the train tracks, and when I rap on tracks, I attract tremendous energy sources, changing forms through metamorphosis. I travel dark in corridors with orbs of light and torches. We ride away on apocalyptic pale horses and disappear as shadows in the forest. And disappear as shadows in the forest.
Non-conceptual, non-exceptional.
Your aura is plexiglass.
Non-conceptual, non-exceptional.
Your aura is plexiglass.
Non-conceptual, non-exceptional.
Your aura is plexiglass.
Non-conceptual, non-exceptional.
I take hold with the truth that lures me like sands through the cracks of my hands. Retaliatory silhouettes and apocalyptic lands. Nomadic by necessity. Then I can't let this stress get the best of me, though it tempts me on a daily basis. And traces the tracks on my tears down my cheeks and over my lips. Taste the freedom, but it seems like gravity has me chained to this pathetic land like Satan to that burning lake of chaos. But yet I continue on with those tendencies in my subconscious. So right there's a contradiction, because I'm aware of these tendencies, so that ain't my subconscious anymore. More like forces that I conversate with. Half-thirds of force that I slice my soul into and befriend it. I know you would have recommended, so I wrote this letter and never sent it. Cause my pain is my pain, never trouble you with my own. Now I swim through waves of asphalt with no place to call home. Yeah, on the lonely island and see your plastic smiles as future rich at varying frequencies, whether that be radio or television transmissions, or simply audible voices who wear the cloak of righteousness. Equilibrium is fucked up from data overload, enhanced by the fact that I walk on a narrow road. That's more like a tightrope between wisdom and insanity. Seems like clarity is the ever-elusive goal, when insanity has the help of the omnipotent force of gravity.
Press use only, Baby Grand Records.
Non-conceptual, non-exceptional.
Your aura is plexiglass.
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 On the battleground, you can go to war like Sudan, but I'm half man, and so you have to understand that the other half of me is made of liquid and steel. Ain't you sick inside of people screaming, keep it real? I'm powered by the ancients, spirit in the soul. It's war, an icon carries crossbows, but I toss foes to the center of the planet. When you battle me, you best be praying like a mantis. I will send you through the depths of the Atlantic to study transcripts of rhymes by the enchanted hologram, the verbal war paradigm, traveling back in time to change the way your whack rappers rhyme. If I don't succeed, you will bleed. The just punishment of the Apostles' Creed. This is hip-hop, kid. Shit is straight from the heart. Use an actor with a record deal, trying to play the part like that. Like that one time, like that one time, like that one time. My man Stoupe in the house, like that one time, like that one time. My man Chico in the house. Intersections in real time, the unbroken circle and dimensions of the mind, the tie that binds, the eternal tie that defines the vanity of my insanity. In due time will shine like the night sees under the moon, the haunted corners of familiar rooms. Yet I'm consumed with vanishing into thin air, the realization that this shit is my cross to bear. So where did I think I could run away to see the people that decided to leave without asking me? But we decide to wait for happier tomorrows and find someone so they can be distractions from our sorrow. But my distractions, the books of paper that I scrawl in. I'm eloquent as summer breeze and leaves that have just fallen. I've crawled in a corner hoping all of this will end with the knowledge that love is just another word for revenge. I, you have nothing but the comfort of my sins. I, who have nothing but the comfort of my friends. Demons prey above me like a vulture. Ability to endure contradiction is a high sign of culture. Verbal sculpture, self-defacing. It is not God or lunacy that I am facing, but the erasing of the purity and passion of my words. The herds of cattle Babylon would talk of the absurd, but I prefer to walk away from all the feuds, to find my life is more confusing than a Rubik's Cube. So I'm subdued, and all my words are verbal frogs. To live alone, one must be an animal or a god, but it's official. All of my pain is clear as crystal. The natural side of life has now been seeming artificial, but I can hit you, and rest assured they're not my last words. I could give a fuck about your secrets and your passwords. I get passwords and their ability to hurt you. Patience is a virtue and knowledge is a commercial. I, who have nothing but the pain that I've referred to. I, who have nothing but the pain that I've referred to. Among the miracles, I stand alone and have grown into a being that's sitting on top of throne. I've known for many years that I would turn to rust. I find a reason for another breath before my return to dust. I become one with science and mathematics and the rising of the sun. I'm numb to all of those who blinded cannot see the chastiser of the enemy. Perception requires duality. Inspect your soul, the color of coal inside the body. I have hardly come across them who's holy. Send them to the cherubim to control the burning of the sun and frigidness of the cold. The battlefield is new, but the war is now old. You can never see the merest shadow of a halo above the head of evil jinn who's deadly like tornado. The world has become an aquarium full of gaping fish with murderous smiles. I, on the other hand, stand on the outside looking in, writing down murderous files. I, who have nothing but the lack of variation, and I, who have nothing but chains and suffocation.
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
Up on his own.
beyond the cycle of time. Begin a systematic survey on the heavens long before the vows of Kemet. I had advanced cosmogony, apologists substantiate statements. I come as the epic of creation. Astronomers can't even interpretate my ancient civilization of Andromeda. The dragon of Dracos come touch the inner sun. I whip forth a life forth out of the core Epsu. Bring forth the possibilities of solar energy into infinity like a nimble endless trapped in king rule. Myth to ignorance like the Sumas. Explore the solar system like Galileo. Bring the mist of Mahabharata. Celestial God symbolic to the disagreeable. Complex mathematics like the Hebrew Bible. Receive and transmit the letters of the Risquanians of the seed of third sons. I am like Milton Milankovitch who outline the theory of ground porosities. Messiah of all biblical tablets. Watch how the process of creation links with the measurements of time. Scientifical like a geologist. I bring the geological changes to the world like the prophecies of the book of Revelations.
The compartmentalized pneumonic device shatters the pusillanimous and full my dialectical. Destroyed innocuous in conquest. Travel beyond 5 dimensions. A siphon cytoplasm, the phantasm, an archetype. Antithetical to atoms. I leave you vacuous like an organteron. Particles facilitate my brain waves. Determining what planet I'm on. Cybertron. Transmit my macabre raps all over the sphere of influence. Never neglect my nebula units. Stellar material movements. Painfully. Creating narcissistic wounds. Deep in the cerebral cortex. Damaging demigods. Crushing egos. In the winter winds begin by extracting the transcortical connections of macros. Animals, caves of sleep, stacks on sabbatical. Worshipping Brahma, unbridled hailing lava within the plexus of my anatomical. It gets darker, a sense of urgency enters the atmosphere with my excursion in this microcosm. A third version, specifically a generation of mutated warriors from the nether that's never antiquated. My flux is like somatic stimulation as macroelectroids converge. Eternal recurrence, our mentals merge. It's cyclical, but it revamps its own thesis, reaching the premium blend in the communion.
Follow me beyond a cloud and the stratosphere to the house of El Hol. It shall lead you to a place opposite my heavenly throne. In the temple of ancient Kemet, you discover the wonders and the 24 elders. These beings, the Rasquanians, come to enlighten you with supreme mathematics. Dramatically stood 12 disagreeable, 12 agreeable, 7 feet tall in diameter. These elders set on a flight in the craft Naburu, passing through the universe density levels, heading straight for the wrath of Andromeda. Elliptical physical galaxy, containing beings in a line of Dracos, stomping on negative snakes like Broncos. Create magnetic fields around my aura, incapacitating ships. Negative energy create the spiritual slaughter. Where you dwell in the physical world is horror. My mind returned to Ilun to inform the elders of the incident in case of the need for assistance. To return to my effort form from my physical and see my soul rise into a sham, hidden in the auto-cumulus cloud of Anun. I left my image of a crop circle in the form of a galactical star map, perhaps to another plane of
through
consciousness.
A series of psychological tests, I have been declared a demon. Traveling through dimensions, fatal weapons leave you bleeding. Dissecting gray matter doesn't matter in my cathedral. But how could you stand my timberland in your cerebral? Traces of space probes be scattered through my mental. Acoustics in my chamber just endanger instrumental. Fundamental rhythms are symbols of paternal power. Get devoured by my infinite skill to disappear. Getting lost in the holocaust that race between my ears. Complex like gravity. Tragically and mathematically, out of feature squadron black magically. Analyze the tangle as you get mangled by my triangular rhythms. Systematic rotations of my words cause cataclysms.
In the Father Universal, at your communion, Nephilim Council. Beings come to some planets in your galaxy that were most frequently visited. Because life existed there in various forms of deities of wars. While they explore Mars gives meanings on Kishar, foremost of the firm land, super friends of man. For prophesied
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
Others in Orion, skies or heaven. Stars, 6 suns, constellation, plowing in towards us. Lending aid to help Arcturus. Routine, orbit on the slate clean. Took 1,000, 1 score short 4. Equinox of birth time, the team of 13. Searching out rich natural resources and minerals to take back after retrieving. Our responsibilities are fulfilled like the omens of Anu and Enlil. So feel the unstoppable force of evolution.
The infinite connect. Respect what you see as if you praise Donald Chief. And understand my plan is to prosper till deceased. And let my bank account increase until it overflows. And Pathfinder Jeeps organize and blunt patrol. And never indulge in petty shit that's irrelevant. $1,000 shopping sprees just for the hell of it. Drinking daiquiris in the back of caravans. And finally got the chance to let my lifestyle advance. And keep my mind clear of poisonous stunts and things. Deeply meditations, now I see what patience brings. In due time, I'm bound to get mine. So I relax while you stress, trying to follow the rest. Nevertheless, I finesse each move like it's my last. Keep my thoughts on the future, cause it don't equal the past. Niggas steady plotting. Yeah, every move we be watching. There's no room for error. Once you slip, you're forgotten. Another has been in the world of fame of fronters who had to learn the hard way how the streets could take you under.
1, 2, 3. Let me know if you're ready for me, Lord.
Master be coming at you, that nigga that curse a lot. Shit, I even reverse the rock. I be thieving your purse with blocks, busting against your garments. Daily hailing garment, I bounce and punk. You wanna fuck with funk? Have you breathing out your armpit? My guns embrace the joint, don't even hand a Malanina. Have niggas tits and tutus in on point like ballerinas. You can bring your best to West. Find you stressed stuck in some rugged shit. You blind and riding on my dick. Don't know who you fucking with.
Brooklyn, the West Side, Phil, we keep it real.
So if you squeal, know the reasons for these heathens squeezing the steel slow. Subliminal, criminal, strangle triggers, that's identical. Mangle bitches that slide out with my dick inside your genitals.
Sending you do shit you never thought of. The dawn I bust the sword off. So recognize the squeezing in your life's low.
1, 2, 3. Let me know if you're ready for me, Lord.
My raw essence is forever present, but my team be chasing dreams of cream, of digits in the sevens, the heavens. See my body and soul in effervescence. My verbal texture will bless you with scientific lessons. On another plane, it's hard to maintain, cause my membrane causes strain within my inner frame. The pain from my people will be involuntary. You in this game for love done or monetary. Forever keeping the spiritual like Elijah. My verbal fire will resurrect you like the great Messiah. Desire is like the lure of the siren song. Arm, leg on. My word is born, so I move on and stay strong like Egyptian kings, rocking diamond rings and things that it brings. I spread the science to all the planets. I'm hard as granite. You need the knowledge of God done to understand it.
Trees one time. Murder suspects.
1, 2, 3. Let me know if you're ready for me, Lord. 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you're ready for me.
For press use only. Baby Grand Records.
My mathematical powers devour cowards as I spray words like acid rain showers. Nations, you can't face them. Erase them or embrace them as my mind excites the wind like spiritual incantations. Iconoclast, launch your cipher with a concealed behind whirlwind fire or flood. Draw blood from wax souls as I smack moles with accessible decibels. The damage that my syntax causes is irreparable. The vanity of my insanity and force your whole clique to be divided. You have just bear witness to Dubside United.
Or do you love bug styles and fresh and lump sums of soul? Catch craft and the crutch is the artist's mode. They short plot of advice. We shot twice out of the same barrel. Rusty like a salted slug and fine speed with words from deaf mute battles. All time left, the pure shot plug the break. You marathon, then you down to grace the plate. Full stat and touch pod, or revamp the squad, getting loose, aviate on contact.
The trifling forfeit sparks another split. Bodies left stiff, you can't fuck with my ruggedness. My gunshots is leaving niggas on the ass. Smoking all the cannabis like the weed savage. With demented in their mouths, you take an L, you know challenge, I'll blow up your motherfucking brain cells and leave you leaking. The slang tongue speaking, cops back to fifth, Teflon starts to seek it. Criminals on the move, set a threat, zip them away and let off the twin text to your motherfucking chest.
microphones, sever clones. It's beyond phenomenon, the 46 chromosomes. No more, no less. No need to fess the ego trip with the clip. I got the 610 flow and 082 is my zip. Yo, so call me out in Philly when you're down to flip. No frill skills of freestyling when you're wildin'. I'm broadcasting all the way live from Philly's Long Island.
I visualize screen, text, rap, whatever rap things, stash keys and G's, bigger backs of a dime pig. My clique of criminals living comfortable, my pockets full of Benjamins, full surrendering when I'm blending it up side invincible, imperial for lyrical tactics. I react with son, you get your ass kicked. Indeed, the face of evil is the face of total need, so I proceed to bleed my people. Niggas say I'm too cerebral. Realized up sign, flipping perfection through your section. Sanity slipping, who's the next victim to catch a blessing?
Said a threat, I rip the mic and run rage like an auto shot. This silence look dispersed, leaving heads in the casket box. The snappy headed villain, verbal torture is illegal. I back down clowns with a 4-pound as I defeat you. Inserting lyrical slugs that's straight deadly. A nickel plated verse I spit like a hollow tip steady. Constantly cocking back rapid fire weapons. This adolescent keeps a clip full for street protection. Ain't nothing complex about the way I cock my biscuit. I said a thread and bust a text, son, it's mad explicit. Exquisite and divine rhymes I drop like jewels. The mic I abuse when I choose to break fools.
Streets of the Philadelphia can say. Bobby coming from an Philadelphia state of mind. Streets of the Philadelphia can say. Bobby coming from an Philadelphia state of mind. Streets of the Philadelphia can say. Bobby coming from an Philadelphia state of mind. Streets of the Philadelphia can say.
With this course, I force many MCs out the galaxy. Challenge me. I rip apart flows with my analogy. Now that we got that established, you crack your cabbage with styles. You can't manage the damage or even fathom the mental capacity as I harass these whack MCs. In degrees I span the universe and mountain casualties in the dark. I spark cells, dwelling in dungeons. My assumptions canonical, unstoppable, mad modules. I pull centrifugal, mystical. My poetic trip phonetics up in ritual.
We're coming back from the city of Atlantic. It's the Hispanic causing mass panic. With vast static for your attic automatic. I stick shift swift if you test me. Left the ciphers laying lifeless, leaving one spot empty. Tempt me. Bet you get your crews bruising black and blues. Get your name and age on the front page of the newspaper. I drape a hood up on my cabbage, damage faggots with the habits. Feeding on MCs like maggots. Inspect your gadgets. My style switches cause I flipped it. Return the microphone, fixing stitches cause I ripped it.
I get down like a maniac depressive that's been submerged in subterranean utopia. While the mention that I'm representing is the Philippinian suburbs, which has regenerated neoterics that kick esoteric poetry on this plane of obscurity. One element, top lyricist, interlocked with DUB squad of imperialists, with an innovator as the dictator. So we seclude rival crews with solipsistic views. Heads emulate but can't duplicate, cause this side can't be dubbed one love.
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
My diatribe will swarm and persevere. MCs will disappear, they will fear what is here. And that is sadistic, ritualistic rhyme patterns. Subside as the mob, now you'll burn like jack-o'-lanterns. Attack this when I smack kids with my tactics. Killing all the patrons in your temple of whackness. Spraying over iridescent rays that's ultraviolet. A-stop gets live and crucifies like Pontius Pilate. Laconic, on point, mentality. Battle me, knocking herbivores out the galaxy. Fallacies, I break necks with my cantos. Can those fools understand how my chant goes with Dianetics and cybernetics, my apparatus, anthropomorphic styles I bring is rather graphic, erratic, casualties I breeze through. This degree of MCs as they cease to amaze. I daze those kids with them whack raps, 40-ounce fat caps and wax in my knapsack. Fraudulent MCs get burned by the writer. You don't know the half, cause soul grabs my sight.
I jaw the first, we bust last to touch pot. The proof is my man, subscribe to that old school ride. Your makeshift avalanche is quick with the job. I grab on to that branch with force to pry. Steady straws are the prime fact. The 5 backs as I somersault forcing grub. The super strub for that last floor vault with force they bullet. Throwing my big feet like plastic bullets through the frame, pushing fog out the mass way. Petrified thick vinyl ain't the number in my ashtray. The charge slumber is expected. I take all them latchkey kids and watch them get directed. Flow I fly real, you fish like bass trout, the fresh water. Now it's floating like fodder in a meal trough. Every large animal stole off with fresh food. I'm coming off like a bad weave. I retrieve the last straw from the full mouth. With no fingers to the fence, I commence to grab the fouls in the block route. Been plowed many times before, so I grout pushing much more.
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
I'll be dropping like an expert. Insert the clip and let off. So best ease off. I'm giving dirt naps that last more than eternity. Weak-minded foes get blown and split like surgery. You never heard of me, you newcomer, straight gunner. Wicked with that verse because I'm equal with my lethal vocabulary. Sparking slips is very necessary. So raise up or get caught up in the cemetery. Understandable state of mind is realness. Unpredictable skills that's built, so just chill, chill. Yes, yes, and you don't stop.
Just a bust, attach the craft, the simple fly plus arrows. I rush the format with 4 fly shots to your verbs and pronouns. These herbs are slowed down with terms of sickly talk. Dip live in this juice, the pointed bar. For sharp rides made keen to blast the catchphrase, overdrawn by the crowds who strikes and makes. Humble folk like me and artsly never muse a few severe wits to appreciate verse such as that. Initiate words to combat of a type not different from these warheads. More treads on my adjectives, allow full side steps to deflect these shifts. Letting mega true vows with value see out the prospect tunnel. For me and Aesop icon, we ride broad neck funnels to collect the drips and moss, giving off pungent slurs. No conundrum do I attribute or find fit in the least to serve. Provocal straddle shoots, indeed, and they relax in comforts. Get me the form and cause sorts to lose any casual sense of well-being. Your layback growth should get
the opinion. Scores find it hard to establish a working rhythm. My esoteric mysticism makes me a mathematician. Like Apollonius, phoniest enemies receive lobotomies. Get caught in my harsh canopy of unhappy rhapsodies. Fragments are stagnant, we worlds with ultramagnets. My reverberations crush men to microfragments. I get mythical in the forest of absolute malnutrition. My complex disposition forces crews into submission. Beginnings on 162, switches through to which is brew, on which is true or which is you. Oscillation, flux or reflux. I see bucks who get the equilibrium shattered or crushed to bits. I throw fits and take trips to other dimensions. My henchmen will bend them and get attention as I destroy decoys and make noise. My b-boys will be employed to deploy like the falling of Troy. Delve into the soul, control what is concealed. If a void is not filled, my suicidal become real.
And I get busy over unknown tracks. And I get busy over, and I get busy over unknown tracks.
And the foes you get, and the foes you get,
and I get busy over unknown tracks.
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
And I get busy over unknown tracks.
Kids come in my store like, you know, spend $50 on gear and, you know, talking hip hop this, hip hop that, you know, oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. What do you mean you can't afford? You're a DJ, right? You know, guys coming in.
Oh, this is my all-time favorite. Your own peoples won't buy your record, but they want to be on your guest list.
Yo, let me get a couple of them. Yo, let me get a couple of Johns. Let me get a couple of Johns.
What
you mean $10?
$10, bone.
$10.
Yo, we fam. Like precisely, we fam.
Oh, man.
Get deep like Jacques Cousteau and Stoupe.
like chocolate. And Stoupe can never get this. I'ma get deep like chocolate. Stoupe can never get this. And I'ma get mad deep. And I'ma get mad deep like a crack.
Nowhere to go when I be flowing, try to throw in before you. Back in the day when I was poor, I couldn't afford a Deodora on your case like a lawyer. Think you run, you mistaken. Put on record to the side and it's your face a fucking breaking. I'm raking in the bait and chaining shape like amoebas. I'm rolling with Snow and Tim, gas slack, match with Adidas, weeders wrecking. What the fuck was you expecting from a minor? Put a bullet through your chest to see who next in line behind you. Straight up and down, you have his time in that fluid. I have niggas wildin' as if they smoked a gallon of employment fluid. Grilling, wanna be pissed like supper strip on the barbie. I do my dirt up and feel it, chillin' the hills of upper Darby Scarby. Niggas that's rolling through my hood like a trooper. Coming numerous numbers, pussy, I slump you, then reduce a crucify ya. I fucked up viral, now I'm fucking suture. My bone is hard as stone, cause I got blowjob from a deuce.
I'ma get deep like chocolate. Stoupe can never get this. I'ma get deep like chocolate. And Stoupe can never get this. I'ma get deep like chocolate. And Stoupe can never get this. And I'ma get mad, and I'ma get mad, and I'ma get mad deep like a crack.
The beat addict, I'm crushing MCs who core static. Pen hits the pad, I trust stores in the attic. The dopeness to rope this, you suckers provoke this. Now it's the time for perpetrators to quote this. Rhyme that I wrote for heads to get loose to. I blow up spots like snots in a tissue. I dissed you, dismissed you, but suckers persist to bite my flow. So now you know that when I rip up a step, I get mad deep. Don't sleep, or you and your whole crew can get beat as I'm waxing, taxing. A dope reaction. Bitches who front get reduced like fractions. So your motherfuckers flex to Rex. So who's next in line to recline and steal my rhyme for check? Now the man you're facing, your rhymes I'm erasing. If you trip or get slicked, I convict like Perry Mason.
I'ma get deep like chocolate. And Stoupe can never get this. I'ma get deep like chocolate. And Stoupe can never get this. I'ma get deep like chocolate. And Stoupe can never get this. And I'ma get mad deep. And I'ma get mad deep like a crack. Little bit different to purpose. Little bit different to purpose. Little bit different to
For press use only, Baby Grand Records.
Little bit different to purpose. I'ma get deep like chocolate. Stoupe can never get this. I'ma get deep like chocolate. And Stoupe can never get this. I'ma get deep like chocolate. And Stoupe can never get this. And I'ma get mad, and I'ma get mad, and I'ma get mad deep like a crack.
Meet you, making your fakers and imitators. I'm greater because I do my best work on paper. Mad raps blast the disaster from the master. Snatching up rappers and taking out actors. MCs can test gift, but you don't pass the limit. You finish, so say the die-hard image for Bruce Willis. Your raps are a joke, but I'm the dope from start. Transform with the art, ripping your fucking mics apart. This is the rawest of words I've ever heard. My rap style superb, kicking nerves to the curb. You can't compete with the man when I freak it. The crew will get beat quick, so stay in your seat, bitch. Rhymes are wreck up, perfect and correct. Lyrically too complex for your punks to step. Yo, I be rhyming hits whenever it's time to flip with the writer's block non-stop. And I'ma
get deep like chocolate. Stoupe can never get this. I'ma get deep like chocolate. And Stoupe can never get this. I'ma get deep like chocolate.